Welcome to another High event on High TV, your luxury channel. I'm here at the University of Colombo for the launch of the brand QFL, Redefining Quality of Life. This is a collaboration between the Colombo University and Fadna Tea to bring in the goodness of nature and modern science to redefine and set a new standard of overall wellness. My name is Dima. Stay tuned with High Events to find out more.
I'm going to invite someone very special who will officially welcome you to this event of redefining quality of life. So you will be officially welcomed to this event by Professor Prasanna Galhena, the Director of Institute of Biochemistry, Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
I'm indeed delighted to share my thoughts as a Director IBMBB, University of Colombo, in this special occasion. Being one of the leading postgraduate and research institutes affiliated to University of Colombo, IBMBB has evolved in delivering cutting-edge research and development, focusing on national needs. IBMBB plays a major role in fundamental research and their outcome transition to social betterment. Our dedicated team involved with genomics, transcriptomics, and proteomic research, in silico drug discovery, in vitro cell-based bioactivity studies, advanced immunogenetics, and in vivo animal studies, are capable of undertaking any challenges in fundamental research, especially focusing on novel product development. With the inception of the Business Development Unit at the IBMBB, with a vision of opening our doors to the industry startups, we initiated a number of public-private partnerships, and today you are witnessing one of our success stories with Fadna Tea Private Limited.
And now, signifying this launch, we're going to symbolically present one of the products or a couple of products that we saw being launched to our chief guest and also to the delegates at the head table. So we'll be now inviting Mr. Chamendra Somatunga, the Managing Director of Fadna, and also now from today the Managing Director of QFL Nature Private Limited as well. So firstly, he will be presenting a sample product of what you just witnessed to our chief guest. So we'll be very warmly inviting Mr. Somatunga to do the honors. So the first symbolic presentation will be made to Dr. Sinnathambi Manoharan, our chief guest. So with that symbolic presentation almost done and finished, we're now going to move on to the next item in the agenda in a moment, and that is to invite someone very special to address you. So definitely a very proud moment for Fadna and also a very proud moment for QFL Nature Private Limited, because we just witnessed the launch of 3 great products and many more products to come, and we would like to take this opportunity in very warmly inviting now the Managing Director of Fadna Tea Private Limited and also of QFL Nature Private Limited, Mr. Chamendra Somatunga, to address the gathering.
I again welcome you all to this event on behalf of Fadna. particularly our chief guest, Dr. Manamohan, the World Bank representative. I also like to make a special welcome to Professor Karunaratne, Vice Chancellor of University of Colombo, who have joined hands with Fadna in this journey. I am very proud to address this gathering on behalf of Fadna, which is now in the process of expanding our horizon and launching a new brand, Q of Faith, Quality of Life. About 2 decades before, when Fadna was registered, and within few years of time, Fadna became a sound brand name in functional tea sector. This success was mainly due to our delivery of product promise throughout the scientific use of secondary metabolism of traditional herbs. My team, comparing research, production and marketing expertise, has done a wonderful job, and Fadna become a household name in Sri Lanka. We are here today launching our second generation of commodities covering beauty, wellness and performance enhancement product range under the brand name of QFA.
And with that, we'd like to invite very warmly the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Professor H.D. Karunaratne, to address the gathering.
It is a great pleasure and honor to start this product launch today. Particularly, I should thank Dr. Professor Galhena and Professor Samira from the IBMBB. They came to meet me, I think, 3 weeks before, and they informed me this event. I always behind the research development and particularly research commercialization and product development. The University of Colombo is the #1 premier university in Sri Lanka. In July 27th, 22 classification, also we saw that the University of Colombo became the #1 in webometric ranking, and even in terms of global university ranking, our rank is 1531. But we need to consider about the global ranking. When we consider the global ranking, we have to think that we are providing free education for 13,000 students. Maybe that is the only one university coming to that ranking with a free education. And of course, we know the per capita income of Sri Lanka is less than 4,000. But even under those circumstances, previous year, you know that our 2 academics reached the world best 2% of researchers. Professor Senaka Rajapaksa and one other reached the best researchers in the world, 2% of best researchers. The today's event is, I think, very common event in advanced countries, developed countries. But while providing free education and with the less than 4,000 per capita income, the University of Colombo is standing for, even in a developing country, we are standing for research and development. So this research collaboration is essential for our future ranking as well as the reputation of the University of Colombo. We have been here more than 150 years. It is a great turning point now. All faculties and institutes should think about this similar way of organizing product launch, a collaboration with the private sector and public sector institutes.
A big thank you to Professor H.D. Karunaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo. And now we take this opportunity in welcoming and also inviting for his speech. Firstly, thanking him once again for his gracious presence in the midst of his very, very busy schedule. We invite our chief guest for his address, the Senior Rural Development Specialist for the World Bank. Please welcome Dr. Sinnathambi Manoharan.
Thank you very much for your warm welcome. My dear colleagues, research associates, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and great privilege to join on this prestigious day at the University of Colombo, College House, Senate Hall. It's a prestigious place, the site of wisdom speeches in Sri Lanka. I hope so. When the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo spoke about redefining quality of life, I was looking again at the launch product and also Fadna, one of the largest manufacturers of herbal teas in Sri Lanka. And I'm also a good user of Fadna Tea, and I have introduced Fadna Tea to many of my colleagues in the World Bank in many countries. And Fadna is now in the process of developing a second generation of products under the brand name Quality of Life. It's an interesting launch initiative and contribution at this time of juncture. This is not the time to talk about the present overlapping economic crisis. My colleague, Professor Udit Jaisingh, knows about it. But to confront this present situation, let me say this. The World Bank Group is assisting a 15-month crisis response envelope of around $170 billion for the period of April 2022 to June 2023. Part of this surge of financing is aimed at global public goods, activities that benefit all countries in the world. These include climate change, food security, refugee flows, and especially health preparedness. Here we are here. In this context, I remember the support provided by the World Bank to the research partners through the Accelerating Higher Education Expansion and Development Program. At this time, I also remember my good friend Professor Prasad Katulanda of the Health Education Bureau, who initiated something called the Nutrition Initiative in the whole country, and it is now being used many chefs. Now let us look at the quality of life products. The quality of life I normally know as QOL. So this is the homegrown product I see, Q of L. The Vanolac for healthy life, BioShape for weight wellness, Satini for total hair solution, and OrthoShield for muscle and joint pain relief. Timely. The Q of L as defined in the Collins English Dictionary is well-being of a person or society in terms of health and happiness rather than wealth. So Q of L is considered as a social indicator with a long history of research. I see the University of Colombo is a part of it. Thanks to the researchers, quality of life includes not only the wealth and employment, but also the built environment, physical and mental health education, recreation and leisure time, and social belonging. And also I remember the 3 life domains we have of being, belonging, and finally becoming.
I have with me the Vice Chancellor and a Senior Professor, H.D. Kanaratne, right here with me. Tell me, sir, a little bit about today's event and the importance of bringing the two industries, education and the finance, the commercial industry together.
In fact, we know education, particularly the universities and the schools are doing. Higher education, the universities are doing. So in the University of Colombo, we see that there are research going on by the academics. So this research should be commercialized. Research should come to be a product in future. So in this line, you know, University of Colombo is the #1 premier university in Sri Lanka. So our academics even ranked under the best 2 in the world ranking. So our researchers do many research. So those research should commercialize. For commercialization purpose, I think the private sector and the public sector industry partnership is essential. So in this regard, today's event is an exceptional event for all these win-win-win situation. University, public sector and private sector, and the community also getting new product. So it is the best situation can happen in a university.
So I have with me the Vice Chancellor and Senior Professor of the YMB University of Sri Lanka, Udit Jaisinghe. Well, Doctor, tell me a little bit about now Colombo University. They've taken a pioneer step in moving the education industry and bringing the commercial industry together. How does YMB University look forward to bringing and following up on the footsteps?
Yeah, I'm an agriculture economist by profession. So what I have seen over time, even when I was working as a secretary to the Minister of Agriculture, the proper link between the industry and the academics. Academics has the capacity, knowledge, understanding everything, and the industry has the skills and need to go. So what is to be bridged is, even based on the Buddhism, we need three things to be supplied. What is? First, you need to teach them. That is called Aptopadesha. Somebody should teach the business people how to do what is to do, right? Then, with that, you'll have to go with Anumane. That is not the hypothetical thinking, right? Go into a scientific process and do it so that people are getting the best product. Thirdly, from that, it is coming the Pratyaksha. That is a perfect decision making to reflect the market demand. These three were not there in Sri Lanka because industry versus academics were not connected. So now things from industry to academics, academics to industries are freely moving and completing those very important three concepts that was even explained in the Buddhism under the Samma Vayama, good effort. So now industries are not moving into bad business, but to the good business through this. So I am really happy. University of Colombo and YM University of Sri Lanka, we all support industry, especially with our agribusiness-based, food-based entrepreneurs like this.
Sounds fantastic. Anything in particular that we're looking from the University of YMB to be brought forward?
Yeah, so we were the university which offers, Bachelor of Science degrees for planters 20 years ago. That's the time where everybody is opposing giving degrees for a money. It is called money. We told we are not selling the degrees, but we are giving the capacity. So we started with BSc Plantation Management 2001. I was one of the members at a young age who very much supported. When it's come to today, it is not only beyond even food products. Now the tea and tea-like products, everything is there. So I am very happy now. YM University has linked with planters, all other people who are dealing with beverages, drinks, all sort of goods that has a real good, nice niche market. And we started that one 20 years, 2 decades ago. Now with hands from the big universities like University of Colombo and our colleagues, we were able to make it a reality. So we can go ahead from this point onwards without any barrier, because now everybody understood the importance of doing business with the private sector, semi-private sector, and with the support of academics.
I have the Chief Product Officer for Fadna Tea with me, Dr. Dharmashri Vijayaratne. Welcome, sir, on the show. And tell us a little bit about how this product came about and the scope for future products with Fadna in the industry.
Actually, we started Fadna something like 18-20 years before, and at that time also we concentrated mainly on new products, new on the functionality, because that's a new concept to Sri Lanka, functional foods. That means we are doing something extra. It not only giving nutritional facts, but also giving something beyond nutrition. So, but at the very beginning, we concentrated mainly on herbal teas. We started with herbs and then came up with functional teas. And during the last few years, we had a whole lot of crisis, economic crisis. Before that, we had COVID, and then our sales got affected. So we thought it's high time to move on. So we thought we'll go beyond herbal teas and then get into the beauty culture as well as the wellness and also performance range. So that's how this idea came up. And now we managed to get the partnership with the University of Colombo. And then we managed to come up with few fantastic products.
How important do you think it is to have local brands like this with a proper solid research background behind them?
I think that's what we are supposed to do in Sri Lanka. We usually depend on foreign brands. And most of these foreign brands, we pay a whole lot of taxes, and also importation is restricted now. And also we get the second grade products, not the very high class products, because we have to pay a whole lot of other levies and taxes. So we thought we come up with our own products, because our products are rich in antioxidants as well as other secondary metabolites, which gives these unique factors. So we thought we'll develop these things, and then we have to have a whole lot of scientific background and scientific knowledge. And in Sri Lanka, the knowledge is there. The problem is we are not going beyond the scientific research. So now we are getting into that endeavor. We are trying to develop products using the new knowledge, and also trying to come up with new products. I know it's a task, because everything is new. The product is new, and the concept is new, and the partnership is also new. But we are determined that we can do a good job.
Brings us to the end of another High event right here on High TV, your luxury channel. Until we see you again, have a safe time and take care.